Stop. Put down that ice cream. That tub you just grabbed from the freezer, there's a good chance it's not even ice cream. Legally. The FDA won't let the company call it that, and you're about to find out why. Here's something most people don't know. The FDA has a strict rule. If your product doesn't contain at least 10% milk fat, you cannot call it ice cream. Period. It's the law. So what do these companies do? They swap out the cream for vegetable oils, pump it full of air, load it with gums and fillers, and then slap a new label on it. Frozen dairy dessert. Same packaging, same price, completely different product. And it gets worse. They don't just change the formula, they change the size. The tub that used to be half a gallon, now it's 1.5 quarts. Same shelf space, same price tag, fewer ounces. You're not just getting fake ice cream, you're getting less of it. Think about this. You're standing in the freezer aisle, you see the brand you grew up with, you toss it in your cart. You never flipped it over. You never read the label. That's exactly what they're counting on. Brand loyalty on autopilot. And these companies exploit it every single day. And here's the scary part. It's not just one brand doing this. I found 15. I'm ranking these from bad to absolute worst. And number 1, it might be sitting in your freezer right now. Stay with me. Number 15. Edie's/Breyers slow churned. Edie's has this whole slow churned marketing. Sounds artisanal, right? Like some old-fashioned process. Not so fast. Slow churned is just their fancy way of saying they whipped in extra air and reduced the fat. Their overrun, that's the industry term for how much air they pump in, is massive. You're literally paying for air. Pick up a pint of premium ice cream in one hand and Edie's in the other. The weight difference is embarrassing. Same size container, less actual product. And they charge you like it's the real deal. Number 14, Friendly's. Friendly's had a Listeria recall. Their ingredient list reads like a chemistry textbook. Mono and diglycerides, carrageenan, guar gum, cellulose gum. That last one? Cellulose gum is derived from wood pulp. I'm not making that up. Wood pulp. In your ice cream. And Friendly's acts like this is totally normal. It's not. Your dessert should not share ingredients with printer paper. Number 13, Turkey Hill. Turkey Hill is the same story. Gums, fillers, and the cellulose gum again. What if I told you that Turkey Hill's ingredient list has more items on it than most shampoo bottles? That's not ice cream. That's a science experiment. And the packaging? Classic misdirection. Pictures of fresh berries, cream swirls, farm imagery. None of that matches what's actually inside the container. Number 12, Walmart Great Value Ice Cream. Here's one most families grab without thinking. Walmart's Great Value line. Flip it over. You'll find polysorbate 80, an emulsifier also used in cosmetics and laxatives. Yeah, the same ingredient in your laxative is in your ice cream. And because it's the cheapest option in the aisle, millions of families are buying this every single week. Saving $1 now, ignoring the ingredient list forever. That's the trap. Number 11, Blue Bunny. Blue Bunny markets itself as fun, family-friendly ice cream. But many Blue Bunny products are technically frozen dairy desserts. They had a recall for plastic fragments in their products. Plastic in your ice cream. And their overrun is one of the highest in the industry. You're paying for air and getting a bonus of gums, corn syrup, and artificial flavors. The bunny on the box is adorable. The ingredient list is not. Number 10, Kemp's. Kemp's looks wholesome. Midwestern dairy brand, right? Check the ingredient list. Many of their products have dropped below that 10% milk fat threshold. They load up on stabilizers to fake the creamy texture your mouth expects from real ice cream. Your tongue is being tricked. And the worst part? Kemp's knows their customers trust them because of that regional reputation. They're banking on loyalty while quietly gutting the recipe. Now those first 6, they're bad. But the next group? This is where it gets personal. Because these are the brands you probably trust. the ones you grew up eating, and they quietly changed the recipe when you weren't looking. Number 9. Halo Top. Halo Top exploded because of the healthy ice cream marketing. Low calorie, high protein. Sounds great. But here's what they don't put on the front of the tub: erythritol. A study published in Nature Medicine found a link between erythritol and increased risk of heart attack and stroke. That healthy ice cream might not be so healthy after all, and it still tastes like frozen cardboard. You're paying $5 a pint for chemicals and disappointment. What if everything you thought was the healthier choice was actually worse for you? That's Halo Top in a nutshell. Number 8. Dreyers/Edie's Grand. Wait, Edie's again? Different product line. Their Grand line does qualify as ice cream. Barely. It hits that 10% milk fat threshold by the skin of its teeth. But the ingredient list is still packed with fillers. And here's the kicker. This is the same company that invented slow churned to sell you air. Trust is earned. They haven't earned it. When a company already fooled you once with one product line, why would you trust the other one? Number 7. Nestle Drumstick. Everyone loves a drumstick, right? Grab one from the freezer. Look at the label. Frozen dairy dessert, not ice cream. Nestle is one of the largest food companies on the planet, and they can't be bothered to put real cream in a cone. The chocolate coating has more integrity than what's inside it. Think about that. The shell is more honest than the filling. And they've been selling these at every gas station, pool party, and Little League game for decades. If this is making you look at your freezer differently, do me a favor. Hit subscribe. I do this every week, exposing the stuff brands don't want you to know. One click, that's it. Number 6. Dean's. Dean's Country Fresh. Sounds like it came from a farm, right? Like some farmer is hand-churning this in a barn somewhere in Wisconsin. It's mass-produced with the same cocktail of gums and stabilizers as every other budget brand. The name is the marketing. That's it. Strip away the branding, and Dean's is identical to every other factory-line frozen dessert in the aisle. You're paying for a story that doesn't exist. Number 5. Magnolia. Nestle. Another Nestle product. Magnolia flies under the radar because it's not as widely distributed, but the ingredient list is brutal. Artificial flavors, corn syrup solids, and enough stabilizers to preserve a mummy. If you see Magnolia in the freezer aisle, keep walking. Nestle already made this list once with Drumstick. 2 entries from the same company should tell you everything about their priorities. Spoiler, it's not your health. Number 4. Walmart's MarketSide brand. Walmart's premium store brand. MarketSide sounds upscale. It's positioned right next to Haagen-Dazs in the freezer. But flip it over and compare the ingredient list side by side. Haagen-Dazs, cream, skim milk, sugar, egg yolks. 5 ingredients. MarketSide, 15 plus ingredients including gums, corn syrup, and artificial colors. Same freezer shelf, same price point, completely different products. That's not competition, that's camouflage. Number 3. Store brand frozen dairy desserts. This isn't one brand, it's a whole category. Every grocery chain has one. Kroger, Safeway, Aldi's Sunday Shop frozen desserts. They sit right next to the real ice cream, same packaging size, lower price. Sounds like a deal. It's not. You're buying vegetable oils, corn syrup, and air held together by gums. You wouldn't buy a car that's half plastic and call it a deal. Don't do it with ice cream. And here's what really gets me. These products are deliberately shelved next to the real thing. That's not an accident. That's strategy. They want you to compare prices and grab the cheaper option without ever reading the label. Number 2. Bluebell. This one hurts. Bluebell has a cult following, especially in the South. People love this brand. But in 2015, a Listeria outbreak linked to Bluebell killed 3 people. 3. And what did the company do? Their former president was charged with conspiracy and fraud for covering it up. They knew about the contamination and kept shipping product. They paid $19.35 million in criminal penalties. And people still buy it because it tastes good. Think about that. A company literally covered up a contamination that killed people, paid the fine, and went right back to business. And we let them. Number 1. Breyers. The number 1 brand to avoid. And yeah, it's probably in your freezer right now. Breyers used to be the gold standard. 5 ingredients: milk, cream, sugar, vanilla, and egg yolks. That was the original recipe. Then Unilever bought them. Now, many Breyers products are labeled frozen dairy dessert. They swapped real cream for gums, fillers, and whey. And here's the kicker, the shrinkflation. Breyers went from 64 ounces to 48 ounces. Same price, less product, worse ingredients. You're paying more for less of something that isn't even ice cream anymore. That's not a downgrade, that's a betrayal. Breyers is the poster child for everything wrong with the food industry. They took a product people loved, gutted it, shrunk it, and kept cashing the checks. So what do you actually buy? Here's the cheat sheet. Flip the container over. Read the ingredients. Real ice cream has a short list: cream, milk, sugar, egg yolks, maybe vanilla. That's it. If you see more than 7 ingredients, put it back. If it says frozen dairy dessert anywhere on the label, it's not ice cream. Don't fall for the packaging. Brands that are actually real. Haagen-Dazs, 5 ingredients. Tillamook, real cream, visible vanilla bean specks. Graters, small batch, French pot process. And your best bet? A local creamery. No gums, no fillers, no games. These companies prove you can make real ice cream at a fair price. The big brands just choose not to. Here's your homework. Go to your freezer right now. Pull out whatever's in there. Flip it over. Read the label. If it says frozen dairy dessert, you've been scammed. Don't just watch this and forget. Screenshot the list. Take it to the store next time. And if you found a brand that actually uses real ingredients, drop it in the comments. Let's build a list together.